Hey, Professor Terry, great to see. Oh, and look at the group you have with you. All my FSW Buccaneers. Hey, gang. David Essel here. Great to be in your class. I'm so excited to share with you today. I've known Professor Terry for a long time. She's a rock star in my eyes. You're very fortunate to have such a dedicated, powerful, and intelligent professor. I mean that sincerely. She is incredible. And I love to be with FSW. For years, I taught public speaking and a life coach certification course when it used to be called Edison State College. And as it became FSW, I am a huge Buccaneers basketball fan. You'll see me at every game. As a matter of fact, if you guys go to games, you've got to come up and say hi, okay? I love basketball. I love your team. It's been a great 3 seasons, and I know I'm going on and on. But that's what speakers do. We have no idea how to shut up. That's the truth. We don't have a clue. If someone says, here's a microphone, here's a video, start going, oh my gosh, I could be here till midnight with you. But I won't bore you. Okay, so Professor Terry is very entrenched in the work that I did starting in 1996. As a matter of fact, I am a professional speaker. I am a professional counselor, a master life coach, a minister, an author of 11 books, and 4 of the last 4 have been #1 bestsellers. But my life really changed in 1996. I had been teaching goal-setting procedures where that we would do multiple goals at the same time. The most famous one back then was called the quadrant theory, where that you would pick 4 areas of life, like your physical health, your spiritual health, your finances, relationships, and every day you do a little bit to boost those different areas of life. And that's what I taught until 1996. Then I had an interview with the founder of Transcendental Meditation. If you're unfamiliar with Transcendental Meditation, it is, in my opinion, the most powerful form of meditation in the world. And I had a chance to interview the founder. Maharishi Mahesh Yogi was his name. Say that 3 times fast. Just kidding, but he was amazing. He's no longer with us. But he rattled my cage, and he proved to me in a 1-hour interview that what I was teaching was incorrect, that it wasn't the way to help people achieve goals in the most efficient way possible. So what happened in 1996 is that I left that interview saying, okay, I've got to change all my teachings, and I came up with something called the one thing theory. We trademarked it back in 1996, which means no one else can use it, and it's in most of my books. But the one thing theory states, the definition of it, at any given time in life, there's only one goal to go after. Now this is where it gets sticky, gang. Write down, if you're taking notes, write this down. It's the goal that you've denied, delayed, procrastinated. It's the one you don't want to go after. That is the key to success. And why is that? Like, people go, okay, that's crazy. I don't want to deal with my vaping issue, or I don't want to deal with my crazy relationship stuff, or I don't want to deal with my weight, or I don't want to deal with my whatever it might be, right? But see, when you go after that area that you don't want to go after, the whole rest of your life improves. And I'll give you some case in points. When I got sober, I had a very serious issue with alcohol for years and cocaine for years. When I got sober, all of a sudden I was free of drama and chaos, right? Like, I didn't have the drama and chaos of hangovers. I didn't have the drama and chaos of where's all my money going. I didn't have the drama and chaos of being in relationships and having people upset with me. All of a sudden, everything changed. And that's what I'm saying with the one thing theory. You know, when you definitely take care of that one thing, the rest of your life improves. Now, the keys, another one of the keys, so you've got to think about, what's my one thing? I know with Professor Terry, it's really important that you do your own individual work and relationship with others. So there's 2 categories that are crucial for you to look at. One is relationship with self. 2, relationship with others. So if you were to choose one of those 2 categories, let's start with relationship with self. What does that mean? Well, you would have to look at your whole existence, the holistic approach to your whole existence, and say, okay, let's start with my body. The body is supposed to be a temple. We're supposed to feed it great, clean food. We're supposed to exercise. We're supposed to, right? So your one thing may be relationship with self, that you treat your body unlike the temple that it is. Okay, maybe there's an issue with alcohol. So you'd say, oh yeah, I've denied, delayed, procrastinated, taken care of that. And so we would want to go after that. Maybe I mentioned vaping earlier. Maybe it's vaping, right? It's what's the relationship with yourself? Do you have a bad attitude? That's a self-relationship thing. Now you can project it out and say, well, my bad attitude is because my parents are jerks, or my boyfriend or girlfriend are jerks, or the professors, except for Professor Terry, are jerks. But it's still you. It's not them. So maybe a relationship with self, your attitude needs to be improved upon. So you'd want to set up a program of how do I change my attitude, right? Maybe a relationship with self is maybe you're sleeping way too much. And you need to get up early in order to study and make classes and everything, but maybe that's it. Maybe you've just gotten yourself in a really bad pattern of relationship with self stuff that needs to be the priority. What have I denied, delayed, procrastinated, taken care of? It doesn't take much work really to look at it and say, what's my weak links? Now, something that Professor Terry is going to tell you, I'm sure, is that a lot of times we look in the mirror and we go, I don't have any issues. Right? It's like you might go, oh, I'm fine. There's nothing with me I have to work on. So then what we say is, ask a couple family members that you have a good relationship with. Ask a couple friends you have a good relationship with. Hey, is there anything that I do in my personal life that isn't healthy for me? And maybe someone's going to say, well, you gossip all the time. Ooh, that would be relationship with self. Or maybe is that all you want to do is talk politics, and you piss everyone else around you, and you go, well, I have a right to speak politics, but maybe that's it, or maybe you're too submissive in nature. Maybe people are giving you a hard time, and it's really hard for you to stand up for yourself, right? So that would be an issue itself that we would want to get strong. Maybe we have to get thicker skin. Maybe when someone gives us constructive criticism that we need to improve something, that we just break down, or we get all mad, or we isolate, because we don't want to hear someone telling us that we have to change. So that could be relationship with self, right? Now, Dr. Terry told me I only have 12 hours on this video to get all the information out, so I'll try to start speaking faster. Just kidding. But let's go now into relationship with others. So let's say that that's the category you're going to work on. In our work of 30 years as a counselor, a life coach, and a minister, what we've seen is the number one external relationship that creates all kinds of havoc that actually begins within, but is called codependency. So, do you allow peer pressure to make you do things that you really know aren't the best for you, whether it's staying up too late or partying too much or whatever, right? So that would be relationship with self and others, because you're going to have to get strong enough within inside yourself to say to others, I'm not interested. And then when they tease you and tease you and tease you, you keep saying, no, thanks, I'm not interested. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's both a relationship with self and a relationship with others. Or do you give people advice too often? That would be your relationship with others. In other words, when people come to you and say, oh, my boyfriend's a jerk, my girlfriend's a jerk, my parents are idiots, my teachers are jerks, do you give advice? See, that's one of the biggest mistakes that we make in life, is that by trying to fix others. Now, we might feel better in the moment, but down the road, most people don't need our advice, want our advice. All they want to do is vent. So, in your relationships with others, do you need to give less advice and allow other people just to share? I'll give you a really quick example. I was in Publix last night, and I was walking out, and there's a woman walking out next to me, and she had all these flowers in her hands. And I said, oh my God, those are gorgeous. I said, what's going on? And she said, well, one of my best friends is a guy, and I'm going over to apologize. And I said, for what? She said, all I ever do is give him advice, and I can see he's pulling away. He just wants me to listen to him. And I don't have that kind of strength. The minute someone gives me pain or tells me they're in trouble, I want to fix them. I want to save them. Is that you? So then your relationship with others would have to change based on what you know about yourself, right? And okay, now listen, I won't take up any more of your time. I've had a blast being with the class. Professor Terry, love you, honey. You keep doing all of your great work. And if I can help you guys in any way whatsoever, visit our website. It's at talkdavid.com. We've got all kinds of free stuff there. Free meditation audio, a free daily, it's called David Essel's Motivational Minute. Every day you get a free video to inspire you on the day. There's free lectures on motivation. There's all kinds of free stuff. So check out talkdavid.com. Work really hard. The other thing I want to mention is that when you find your one thing to work on, we recommend to put in 6 days a week, 30 minutes to an hour a day, to start to change that behavior with self or the behavior with others, okay? So that means you have to have written notes and a written plan that from 9 a.m. until 9:30 I'm going to do this, to help myself or to heal those other relationships, okay? Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for inviting me into your class. Have an awesome day. My love to all of you, and I hope to see you at a Buccaneers basketball game. Woo! Let's go. Have a great day. Bye now.